With the Wufoo Rule Builder, you can create field rules that dynamically show and hide your fields. This gives you the ability to show your users only fields they need to see. Let's create some simple hide show rules for my form Mike and Jenny's wedding RSVP. First, let's look at the form without any rules. You'll notice that the form always asks for a guest name, even if the response to "Are you bringing a guest?" is no. Now, I'd like this form to be a bit smarter and only ask for a guest name if they answer yes to the question, "Are you bringing a guest?" Also, we'd like to know what meal our friends would like to have at the wedding. If they choose steak, we should also know how they want their steak prepared. But if they choose chicken, we'd want to hide the question, "How do you like your steak?" So, we'll go back to the Form Manager, and from the Form Manager, we'll click the Rules link to get to the Rule Builder. The first tab is the Field Rules tab. This is where the hide and show rules live. Now, we want to create two rules. The first will show the guest name field only if the user answers yes to the question, "Are you bringing a guest?" Let's create that rule by clicking the Create a Field Rule button. Creating the rules is as easy as writing sentences, so they're easy to understand. The first rule will read, on page 1, if you are bringing a guest, is yes, show guest name. And that completes our first rule. Now we'd like to hide the question, "How do you like your steak?" if the meal selected is not steak. To create our second rule, we click the plus sign to the right of the first rule. This actually duplicates the first rule, which makes it very convenient to add similar rules. The second rule will read, on page 1, if your meal selection is not steak, hide, "How do you like your steak?" So let's save those rules, and we'll view the form again because we want to see the form in action. This time, the guest name field is hidden by default because the current selection is not yes to the question, "Are you bringing a guest?" And the "How do you like your steak?" still shows as long as steak is the meal selected. So I'll respond yes, I'm bringing a guest. The guest name field is automatically displayed on the form, and I can add her name and continue filling out the form. Instead of steak, I think I'll have chicken. Once I select chicken, the question, "How do you like your steak?" is hidden. So, click Submit and we're done. As you can see, with just a couple of rules, I'm able to create a very smart form that will ask all the right questions.